your pal Victor, and welcome once again to live art stream. 3 times a week, you get to come into my little studio here, watch me draw stuff. It's a lot of fun, or at least I like to think so. You get to hear me ramble, and we have a pretty good time here working on stuff. So, see, there's a few people in here. How's it going, guys? I see the thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. Uh, so yeah, we hit 2100 yesterday. So I'm gonna do a little video to do the giveaway after this video, and then I'll post the video. Hey, what's up, Robert? I'll post the video showing the winner on here. So hopefully most of you guys that have super chatted me are also on my Facebook. And then I'll pull the winner, and then based on that, I'll message you and you can tell me what you want me to draw tomorrow. How's it going? How's it going, Mr. Houdini? So yeah. And then the sketch cards for Series 2 2021 are flying right now. What up, Lee? Yeah, I only have one shaped card left. I have 5 regulars left. And we're holding a couple for Jason. So hopefully he'll show up in here. And if he's down with that, so we'll go through these. We're gonna go through these. We can wait till the series name and things. All right, cool. So yeah, hopefully we manage to sell off. Hey Stephanie, what's going on? Stephanie got one of the returns. So yeah, hopefully we can manage to find homes for all these returns by the end of the weekend. Knock on wood. You know. So yeah, should be good. Sorry, I'm clearing up my art space. I went to my printers today, so we are gonna get some more sketch cards. What's up, Michael? How's it going, dude? We're gonna work on a card for Michael today. We're gonna do a He-Manny, and then we're gonna do a semicolon for Chris. So those are the two on tap for today. Are you guys excited about the giveaway tomorrow? Hey, what's up, Trenton? How's it going? Trenton has a few from me that he's gonna get pretty soon. Probably, maybe tomorrow. We'll whip some up for him, or today. We'll see how much magic we got in the air. But yeah, I'm excited. Oh, that's right. I am gonna do your Venom. All right, we'll hold off on the semicolon. We'll do the Venom. The way you enter is by doing a super chat. If you guys want, I'll be cool. If you want to enter today too, I'll let that happen. So if you want to do super chat or super sticker, I'll count it for the giveaway since we're gonna do it right after this video. So you can enter still, and I will let you guys do that because I'm cool that way. So yeah, just a super chat or super sticker. It's that little $ at the bottom if you enjoy the chat. Any pre-orders left? I have one shaped card left, and I have 5 regulars left. And that's it. The shapes are going quick. There's a guy who wants to get the shape, but oh, thanks for the super chat tip there, Robert. It's another entry for him. So yeah, let's do a Venom. Thanks for reminding me of that, by the way, because I swore I wrote it down and I couldn't find it. This will be fun, actually. We'll have some fun with this. I don't know if I've ever drawn a Venom. How much are they? They are $150 plus $5 for shipping. No problemo. have some fun with this Venom kid. It's like, how long can we make this tongue? And then we'll add some like boogery drool to it. Do you guys like Spider-Man? I like the new MCU Spider-Man. I don't know that I was ever a fan of the old school. Oh, I got an idea. You know, it's always funny when Victor's like, "Oh, wait, stop! I got an idea." And remember, you can always support the live art stream just by giving us a thumbs up. It doesn't cost anything. Damn it, I'm watching in bed and need to verify my bank card. Sorry, buddy. I'll get it set up next time. I did try and send you $2.99 English clowns. Haha. Yeah, no worry. I'm sure. No worries, Lee. We'll try to do a another giveaway next time we're close to another big number. Like this was basically supposed to be the giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. I'm gonna work on this face here. I don't know that I like that face. I want this to look really cool, not derpy. Yes, I got the 100 for the shape earlier, Roberts. You're good. And when Victor gets an idea for a cool one, he's like, nope, I'm gonna redo it because I have a better idea. It's like, we really want to make this a GPK Venom thing. I think it'd be cool if he was like Atom Bomb and his head was exploding and symbiote goo was coming out of his head. That's my idea. Symbiote goo. Spider-Man in the comics is wicked. I don't think they've hit the mark with the movies yet. That might be true. I don't really read the Spider-Man comic. We did like a Spider-Verse Spider-Man a lot though. The Miles, I like him. I love Cable from the comics, my favorite. I like the movie Cable. He was really good. Spider-Man 2 had it going on. Yeah, that was sweet. And I didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I remember Spider-Man. Who was the villain of Spider-Man 2? Was that Dr. Octopus? Oh, that's from the first one, the train. Yeah. Yeah, I posted about my my returns on one of the groups. I'm kind of surprised I'm the first person that's posted about returns, but you know, I don't keep a list. Like a lot of people keep like this list, like, oh, let me know when you have returns, because I always think it's weird to like message people and be like, hey, I got returns. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird like that. I always kind of keep an open commission list. I always think it's like more fair to be like, you know, kind of like Spawn Eyes in a way. But it'll be okay since he'll have, you know, Venom teeth. I don't know. I like, you know, plus I like that at least a lot of the, you know, you guys, my regulars, kind of got dibs on returns, you know. I like opening up because, like, I think I've told you guys a story before. Like, the first few sets I did, one guy bought all of my stuff for the first couple I did. He bought all my returns, like, all of my regulars, all my shapes, the pano, everything. And then I think that kind of made me invisible a little bit in the end. Because even though I got like a lot of money up front, it's like nobody knew that like I was doing returns, you know? When I was a little kid, I don't know how old some of you guys are, but my brother had this Toy Biz Venom that was really hard to find because it would talk and it went like, "I want to eat your brains," you know? And I always thought Venom was cool because he was like more gooey. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fit all you guys who have regular sketch cards who need regular sketch cards from me. I'm gonna try to hit up all your commissions this week and weekend. Like I said, if you're enjoying, you think Series 2 will be able to pre-order online soon? I don't know. It's hard to say. Because usually Tops is a little behind the ball. Like we always know the theme and everything because they give us. So we don't have a lot of lead time. This time I don't even know what the theme of the set is or what the shapes are. I want a return. Just let me know which one you have left, Victor. Some pictures. Um, right now, no, right now it's they're all blanks. So basically, the way the return works is like you sign up and you tell me what you want me to draw you, like what I'm doing right now. You know, as long as Top says it's okay, I can draw it. You know. That's also why I think it's cooler to get a return, because you have some say in what you're getting. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? We're doing all right. We're just talking about returns and sketches and all that fun stuff. We hit 2,100, so I'm going to do a little video once this is over, pulling a winner for the, hey, Josh. Man, I can't draw a stick figure, but I love your art, man. Thank you, dude. $5 super chat. That's really good, man. I appreciate all the love. All right, what do you think? Do you think that looks more like Venom or Spawn? What do you think? What do you think, Robert? Since this is your guy. I got a sketch today out of a food fight tin. I was so excited, Victor. Dude, that would be awesome. I've never pulled a sketch. Little brother, looks sick, bro. Goes with it. All right. So I'm gonna. What? Crazy. It's windy here, guys. I had the door open or something. Went whammo. All right. So there we go. It's like, imagine if Atom Bomb was Venom. All right. So we're going to have some fun with this. Okay. And again, thanks for the super chat there, the $5 super chat. Very nice of you. So we're going to do some undercolors here because they'll be black, but, you want to have some, you don't want it to be all black. Yeah, it's cool out, so, I'm leaving the doors open, and then sometimes, unfortunately, that leads to, little gust of wind. And then, is anybody going to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier later? I'm excited for that. Me doing a watch party for that at 11:45 my time. Basically 15 minutes before it comes on. So if you're up and you want to watch, I'll be on here. Food Fight is the luckiest I have been. Pulled one sketch, J-Boom, printing play, 2 autos. I bought 2 collectors and 4 blasters. Crazy luck. Yeah, I haven't run into any of that on my end. I mean, I would probably buy a blaster or a tin. Somebody trying to call me on my phone or something? That's a weird noise. What the hell is that noise? Oh, me and the kid pulled one of your sketch cards from a Food Fight tin. One of my favorite sketches by far. Oh, what sketch did you pull? I've pulled 1 gold, never had a sketch or auto. I'm telling you, the luckiest I ever got was I was at San Diego Comic-Con like 2 years ago, and I ended up getting a couple of boxes of the Universal Monsters. So that was fun. So yeah, I liked that. My comic shop guy was selling the Food Fight tins for $45. Way too much. Damn, that is too much. Clark Kent. Oh, that's cool. I don't draw him very often, so that's a nice pull. Mystery, nice. I want that set bad. Yeah, I know. I was low on funds, so I ended up selling it. Selling a bunch of them, and then I kept a few packs. Right, I kept a few packs, and they ended up being like the same cards in like every pack. It was like, I don't know. I think these are horrible. Trying to think if, see, this one has like a green border. That one has a green border. Soylent. Green border. Yellow. And seeing that was all. Yeah, I kept some of the horribles just, you know, so I'd have like, like, oh, do I need to know what that looks like? This is like Alf. I never liked this card. Like that one. There we go. I don't know why I pulled out those. I just was like, look at all the horror GPK cards I have. It's like, you guys have GPK cards. You just want to see me draw. Doy. Let's see. Shame they did so many reprints. Universal Monsters. Same. I kept buying and pull a sketch, but so far golds and autos, which are cool. Also got the Wheaties patch card. Oh, that's cool. All right. So, yeah. If you guys ever played like Marvel versus Capcom, you know, like Venom is actually this color blue. Victor, you don't have the He-Man card, do you? I mean, I have a picture of it, so I'll probably draw that after this guy. Yeah, yeah. Thank the internet. I can, if there's any card I don't have, I can look it up. I have a pretty big collection of cards, though. All right, and we'll do this. Yeah, one of these days, it's funny. Like, I think every single one of these, at least I have one person ask me, what kind of markers do you use? It's like, I use those chart pack ones, but every now and then I do use the Prismacolor. Oh, I am going to say, somebody asked me this the other day, and, where is it? Oh, yeah, here it is. If you guys want to get started drawing Garbage Pail Kids, I think this is a good set to start with. These are called Tombow Dual Brush Pens. They sell them at like Michael's. The reason I say that is because you get all these flesh colors. Every now and then, Michael's does sales on these. You can get them as low as like, you know, $6 or $7 or something like that. Sometimes they're 14 or 12. But you get every skin tone. This is a good starter set for learning how to, if you don't want to spend money on Copics, I use these way more than I use Copics. Okay? Don't spend money on Copics unless you're getting paid for the job. These Copics are expensive. The refills are expensive. You know, they're really nice. Don't get me wrong. They're nicer than the ones I just showed you. But you know, you want to save money when you're starting out drawing, you know? And eventually you'll just find stuff that speaks to you. And, you know, those chart pack markers speak to me, so I use them a lot. You know, if I was drawing pinups, I would be using some flesh colored Copics for the skin because they're nice and smooth. You know, and they make for smooth backgrounds too, don't get me wrong. But I also like chart packs for backgrounds. So it's just a conscious choice. So that's my 2 cents as far as me recommending stuff. I've started sketching all the OS1 characters in pencil and card. I'm up to 21 out of 41 now. Just got over the halfway mark today. All right, that's cool, man. I think that's a good thing to do, just to try to get a feel for your style doing Garbage Pail Kids, you know? The thing I'll also recommend is if you want to get in with tops, Tombow markers tear up the cardstock unless you're using a good Bristol. And that's what I would also say. Use good cardstock. You know? I don't use cheap cardstock. Unfortunately, Topps does a lot. And I tend to use Tombow specifically, like, you see how I draw. I have kind of a light touch. I'm very sketchy, you know? Don't rub markers in. Always be light with them. I would also suggest the other thing I always tell people is don't really ever fill stuff in all the way, you know? I usually use like 16 point or 110-pound cardstock. My stuff is usually thicker than Tops is, that's for sure. And I like stuff with a little tooth. I used to use 100-pound, but it would bleed, and I got really good at controlling my bleeds. But then I was like, you know what? I'd rather just have something that's a little tougher and bleeds less. If you watch the old sketch card days, if you watch some of the old ones from, the pandemic about a year ago, you would see I used to control my bleeds a lot because I got really good at figuring out my card stock. And now I'm just like, it makes for a cool effect, but I'd rather just have something that doesn't bleed. But you need to get to know your card stock or your working stock or your Bristol board or whatever. See, right now, I'm just playing, I have a good idea how this stock works. See, that'll be nice. That'll be fun when I get new sketch cards next week, because then you'll get to see me learn how to use that sketch card if that stock is different. And I am gonna still have. It's still gonna be garbage reels. It's gonna look like this, but I might do white on green because I've really gotten used to that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the chat. I feel like I'm being very chatty today. And don't worry, we'll have some black and stuff on here. I'm just taking my sweet time. My sweet, sweet time. Yeah, the main reason I'm doing blue and black is because or blue and light blue is because it's supposed to be like Atom Bomb. I did consider making his tongue yellow, like if it was his necktie for a minute, and I'm like, no, then that wouldn't read as Venom. Oh yeah, so what I was saying was, once you get through your drawing all of OS1, what I would suggest doing is something like what I do, is pick a character at random. Pick a character at random, and from start to finish, do it in 30 minutes or less. Because if you want to get in with Tops, they give us a lot of characters to draw, and you got to draw fast if you want to get through. Usually we get shitty deadlines. This, for some reason, we actually got a good deadline this time. So you got to learn how to draw these characters fast. Good and fast. Not, it's a whole thing. So I would suggest, get to know the characters, get to know your style, and then learn how to do that fast. And do that for a while, like make it do it like a few times a week or something. And it will improve your style and you'll draw faster. When you have to start on the next series, I should be getting the cards a few days after the 31st. So like the first week of April at some point. Thanks for all the tips. I'm learning from experienced people. Do you sketch digitally at all? I got a Wacom tablet yesterday, first time in over 20 years of using Photoshop. I used to use Wacom sometimes back when it was shitty. Probably at some point this year, my goal is to get an Apple Pencil or just one of those pencils and a new tablet so I can use Procreate and stuff. I'll answer your question in a second here. There we go. Just had a little sleep stuff in my eye. But I color a lot of my stuff digitally. If you go to my Etsy store, you go to etsy.com/shop/cult classics az. What I tend to do is I'll draw stuff traditionally, then I'll scan it, and from there I'll vectorize it and then work on it in Illustrator. Then I tend to import the vector into a Photoshop document, and from there I will color it digitally using layers. And then usually, like, I'll do all the lettering and stuff in Photoshop because I worked as a graphic designer for about 15 years. So I have a good sense of I was a graphic designer and editor for 15 years. Apple Pencil is very cool, not mess with too much. Ones I've used were the best just to make sure the device is compatible. Yeah, because I just want to get to a point where I can, draw in a tablet and have it feel like I'm drawing in a sketchbook. And then I can import that into Illustrator or something. Or just do the whole thing in like a program like Procreate. Or just straight up Photoshop. Because I would enjoy that. Because then that would save me a few spots. Brandon Montrose, thanks for tips and sharing your workflow. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. L Art says, how does someone even apply to be a sketch artist for Tops? Would love to be involved. There's lots of ways to doing it. Right now, we're in between art directors. So I would probably say, like what I'm telling Lee is you got to work up a portfolio of properties that they use, like Star Wars and their in-house stuff. And then as card stock, at card size, because showing them stuff that you can do at, full size is, I draw much better at full size. You have to show them like what the finished product would look like. And you have to be at a point where you can do it yourself quickly. I always have issues with live trace. Is that how you vectorize your work after scanning? Yes, but what I usually do is when I scan it, I clean it up in Photoshop first, usually using I'll do the balance so I can get play with the balance levels, and then I'll clean up lines in Photoshop. And then once I feel it, because a lot of times even when you're drawing, you think you've closed the line, but if when you scan something, you realize, oh wait, there's a little infinitesimal space where color can leak. So I close all the gaps and clean up the pencil lines and everything in Photoshop. Then from there I take it to Illustrator and vectorize it, usually doing live trace. Yeah, gaps, that's what I mean. Because I want to close all those gaps before I vectorize it, because otherwise it's a pain in the ass when you're laying in when you're blocking out color in Photoshop. Because usually I'll lay down color flats and then I'll do like highlights and stuff. But if you got to go in and fix stuff, it's a pain in the butt. I'd rather like deal with that up front than deal with it while I'm coloring. And I'm a masochist because I color with my mouse, and I'm really good at it. You would never know I color with my mouse. I just like blow the screen up like. But I've been doing it for like so many years, just by photo editing and everything. Yeah, people see me do it and they think I'm crazy. Like, how the fuck can you do that with a mouse? I'm like, because I hate myself. I hate myself and I believe in suffering. No, but realistically, I've always been one of those people that does things the hard way. Like I know HTML fluently, I know CSS fluently because I wanted to be able to build my own websites and understand how to do it. All my websites I do in WordPress. I love the chat and you drawing. It's very relaxing. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, I like being able to entertain people. So, you guys get entertained, I get entertained. There's a finished product. It's all good. This is actually coming out pretty good. You'd think I planned this out ahead of time. All right. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, there we go. Work on some spittle and teeth here. Oh, you guys got to tell me when I take it out of focus. Here, let me zoom out a little bit because this sketch is crazy, Vic. Yeah, it is a little crazy. Let's get some dots on that tongue. I did an associates in front end web development way back in 2000. Only built a couple of sites. Now it's easier than ever, though. Yeah, I did things the hard way. Like I used to build. I'll let you know. See, I always did. I've done art all my life. So I graduated from high school back in 1997, right? And I meant to spend that whole summer at working on some zines and some art stuff, but I ended up breaking my hand, so I didn't really get to do a lot of drawing that summer. So I taught myself HTML. This was still really early on, so I'd seen a lot of these sites that are, like old, like Angel Fire looking sites. And then this dude showed me this website. It was like a Nine Inch Nails website. They had like JavaScript mouse overs, and the mouse overs were animated GIFs. And I was like, whoa, how the hell do you do that? And people told me, oh, well, you view the source, you can learn how to do that. And there's all these sites that teach you how to do that stuff. So that summer with my broken hand, I taught myself how to do CSS and HTML, while I was still learning how to do graphic design. I didn't even have Photoshop at the time. I used this program called Micrographics Photo Magic. And I would do these super elaborate graphics, and they were all one layer. So I taught myself how to, like, everything I did was flat. Yeah, I think I had that. So I kept doing that, and I ended up doing some how many sketches do you usually do for a set? Usually at least 130. At least 130. Yeah, I did some fan sites for bands and stuff. And a few years went by and I got really good at it, and I would like take on gig jobs on Craigslist because lots of companies and bands needed websites done. And this guy who was a movie producer hired me to do, because I did fancy MySpace layovers, like back when MySpace was a thing. They had MySpace pages that looked like websites, and I realized all it was a CSS like layover. So I would just do a CSS layer and build on top of that, and basically just build a website on top of a MySpace page. And bands would hire me to do that. This movie producer hired me to do that for this movie called The Illusionist that had Edward Norton in it. And then the movie studio that he was producing it for hired me to do it for all their movies Then I started doing them for digital media companies. So like I did like fancy websites and MySpace pages for like tons and tons of movies. Started doing them for like bands like Led Zeppelin and Michael Jackson and Wolf Mother, Jane's Addiction, Linkin Park. Um, yeah, I know, and it came out the same time as The Prestige too. So, and then I moved to Arizona to go to grad school, and that's how I paid for myself to go to grad school was by doing fancy websites for bands. I worked for Sony for like 4 years, like just doing stuff for their legacy labels. Like I worked on stuff for Miles Davis and Elvis and Frank Sinatra, and all along the same time, I was still just doing art on the side. So I made a lot of money and I blew it all on grad school. But I'd rather, that's what taught me that I like to work for myself. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I worked for a lot of like, lots of weird bands that like some of them ended up being huge, some of them like were huge, but then they ended up not being anything. MySpace tried to steal one of my designs and like ported it over to one of their websites in the Netherlands, and then they ended up having to hire me because they didn't have anyone who could code. So I worked for MySpace Netherlands for like 2 years. So like literally, I'd get up every day at like 2 in the morning, and that would be my job, speaking. Because the Netherlands is on the opposite like um time zone. When it's night here, it's day over there. So that was weird always. And all my friends were going to sleep. I'd be like, all right, going to work. And then after a while, like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, some of the companies I worked for needed, illustration stuff. So, like, I worked for AMD, and the site I designed, oh, that's awesome. For them, I did all the illustration for it. So then I would get illustration work, and then it was just, I just put out to do drawing jobs because I like drawing. And then I had a really shitty client, like in 2006 or something. That was insane, literally insane. They were like on TMZ for being crazy. I should have done research on them, and that put me off of working on websites anymore because they treated me like a slave, like any time of day. And I was like, I'm just over this. This isn't fun. It's not really the thing I like to do. So after that, I just did art and movie stuff. So I lived my graphic design career in reverse. I started really near the top and worked my way backwards. But at least the websites I design still look cool. Yeah, I always wanted to go to England. Hopefully, I will one day. The one thing I did learn is almost everyone in the Netherlands speaks English, so you don't need to know Dutch to get around there. And I'd like to go to Italy and Spain because I have family there. You know, I'm sure I'll get out there eventually. All I do is just work and save my money. That's a really fiery explosion there. Venom is like on fire. How do I connect to get a commission from you? You just find me on Facebook. Um, and then on Facebook, you're like, Victor, I want to get a sketch done. If you want one like this one, an unofficial one, I usually charge like $50 plus shipping. That's a good thing. In Europe, everyone speaks English. Come over here, I'll make you pizza. Oh, awesome. Yes, I will have to go to England, and I also like pizza, so that works both ways. Yeah, I speak English and I speak Spanish fluently, and I can understand Italian and French, but I sound like an idiot when I try to speak them. So I don't really. I want to work on my Duolingo, so at the very least, I don't sound so stupid. You know, my dad speaks like six languages. I always felt like a dummy compared to him. There we go. It looks pretty badass, don't you think? I think it looks okay. Oh yeah, right. What I was telling you, LR. Yeah, just message me on Facebook, and yeah, my usually sketches like these one on my personal stock. They're uh, they're 55 shipped, and then the other ones I do if I have official cards, tend to be like $150. Hey Victor, awesome. How's it going? Oh, I think it's going pretty good. All right, let's get that button there. Looking good. I worked on video games or Sony GT Interactive, Unreal, and Drive. Oh, that's really cool. Now I fell in love with photography. Yeah, I miss working for Sony. Sony was good. They're really good about paying on time. Forget what they were then. Net 60, net 90, something like that. You know, See, that's the thing you learn when you work freelance is you send your invoice and then they have like 3 months to pay you. So when you work freelance, you got to stack your jobs so that you're always getting paid at least once every month from one of your jobs. Else you're just waiting for money all the time. That's the hardest part. It's like, when am I gonna get paid? Once you figure out the rhythm, it's good. It's good work. I worked for one company once. And I didn't realize it, and they were net 120. I was like, "Fuck you, man! How the fuck did this even happen?" That somebody agreed to this compensation scheme. Same. Insomnia Games is the best company I ever worked for. Nice. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. You just got to find good companies to work for. There was somebody who was telling me once, or talking about it on Facebook, and they were bitching about something, because I used to do key art for movies too, and they were like, "Oh man, if I worked for this company, I'd be so much better at this." Blah blah. I'm like, dude, you don't even understand all the legalities involved, because it probably looks that shitty because that actress's agent wanted it to look that shitty, and they're just trying to make so many people happy, and there's just a lot of backdoor stuff involved that you don't even know about. And then what usually tends to happen is all these companies know what a bitch it is to work on stuff when there's a lot of weird legal stuff involved. So if they know you and you did a good job with that, they'll try to hire you for everything, you know? I remember one time Sony was like, "Oh, because I was working on a website for them. It was like, can you make a Flash E card for us for this album?" And I was like, and I didn't know how to do Flash. And I was like, sure. And I taught myself enough Flash animation to do it over the weekend. But the only reason they hired me is because they knew I was dependable on doing stuff. And then once you learn, they'll just try to throw everything at you, because it's like they'd rather work with somebody they know that's good than try to find somebody out in the wild sometimes. And I tried to explain that to somebody once, and they didn't get it. I'm like, sometimes life isn't a meritocracy, you know? Even Tops is like that. You know, I sign up with Tops to do Garbage Pail Kids, and then they would be like, hey, you want to work on Star Wars? You know? It's like, and I'm not a big Star Wars guy, you know? And I worked on Star Wars just because I was like, well, sure, that sounds cool, I guess. You know? And then I don't really like doing Star Wars anymore, so I don't really put out for it anymore. You know, I did it. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Did it. Don't need to do it anymore. So I just do Garbage Pail Kids now, and I'm lucky that that's all they invite me for, because that's really all I'm interested in doing. You know. If they ever did Mad Balls or something, I'd be all down for that too. But there you go. Or DC or Marvel, maybe. Upper Deck does all that, but I've never heard anything good about Upper Deck. Like, apparently, they're really bad at paying people. I'll have to sleep now, buddy. I'll watch the rest on catch up. That's cards popping out. Have a good streaming, buddy. See you, everyone. All right. Thanks, Lee. You have a good night, man. And there you go. Congratulations. You have a one of a kind sketch card by Victor Moreno. Da da. All right. So, yeah, that looks cool. All right. Now we're going to do. This is for Robert. He-Manny. That's it. We're doing a He-Manny now. Thanks, dude. Yeah. It's my job to try to make sick artwork. Sick, yo. Alright. Sock. But yeah, I would, if you guys want to get like a commission for the next GPK set, I would probably say hit me up. So that way you can get one before they're all gone. Alright, why is this He-Manny taking a while to load? Alright. Yeah, that Venom is funny. Why is this thing being a dork for? He-Manny, aka Barbarian Brian. Alright, there we go. You guys can still stick around. You know, I'm not stopping drawing. I think a couple people are like, "Wait, are you done?" It's like we lost a few people. I'm like, yeah. I'm not trying to keep you around the whole time. I'm just trying. All right. And I do appreciate all the super chats. All right, cool, man. All the super chats and super stickers today. You guys have been very cool. See if we can finish this He-Manny up in time. I always thought He-Man's hairdo was funny. Like, he's got this weird little page boy hairdo. Like, what's up with that? Alright, and then give him a Garbage Pail Kid's eyes there. Did you guys ever see that movie Big Eyes? Sometimes, you know, it's like this Tim Burton movie about this like girl and all her characters have like big eyes. Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped doing that. I'm like, oh no, Garbage Pail Kid big eyes. I kid. If I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. You know, it's very easy to say no. Probably the reason I had a mullet when I was 9. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a mullet, huh? I have the power. I was very into He-Man when I was a kid. He was like, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I was very into He-Man as a kid. It's funny, like all the toys from when I was a kid are like still popular now. Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man. It's like, haven't we, like, what's the only thing that, still have my Castle Grayskull? Oh, that's awesome. I think what was the only thing invented in the 90s that stayed popular? Like, what? Power Rangers, I guess? They all came back in style big time, yeah. And now they don't really do anything new because those are popular. They don't have to invent new toys. Magic. Oh, yeah, Magic the Gathering. Oh, yeah, and Pokemon. Pokemon is still very popular. Arms are what I need to work on. Yeah, it's, I always say the things you have the issues with, you should always practice the most. For me, for years, it was hair. I've always been really good at drawing hands, though. You know, I think they're harder to draw with hands. Yeah, you just got to play with structure, and eventually you'll get it. Whoa. I have a ring light right where my pen is, so of course I keep hitting it with my hands. Well, I would say the trick to drawing arms is just learning contouring. Because there's like, the bicep, and then, down here is the tricep. They all hook up to the shoulder, which hooks up to the pec, the chest, pec, chest, tricep, bicep, forearm. Once you get it, it becomes a lot easier. I'd say maybe play with some like color pencils or like, light markers, and just kind of like do the forms over in color and shading, and eventually it'll make more sense. Because once you understand how everything works in your mind, it's easier to draw. I get it right, but not without a couple of erases. Well, that's not bad then. The important thing is you learn to do it in a way that works with your style. A lot of people like learn how to draw from comics. And I always think that's a bad idea. Like, you should always try to learn how to draw from life, because artists always work in their own style and their own issues into their drawings. And then it's like you end up with a Rob Liefeld scenario where none of his characters have feet. Trent met $5. Cannot wait for mine. Oh, thanks, man. Sometimes I use a whiteboard clipboard I have. I would just draw parts fast I can, wipe away, and go. Warms me up. Yeah, that's the way to do it. The sketchbook will also help, and the more you draw, the more it helps too, because eventually just through practice, you'll, learn habits, that work for you. All right. Again, thanks to Trenton for that tip. I appreciate that. The super chat. All right, let's do some flats here for the hair. This is a chart pack color called Banana. I like it for, hair. It's got a good texture to it. I used to use lemon yellow, but it's I think it works better for girl characters personally. And now we're going to do this one, Cool Gray number 1, for He-Man's chest harness thing here. Try to keep the iron cross design straight. Shading color is my niche. I love working with color. Yeah, I used to think I was really bad at it, but I think I just psyched myself out over the years. My girlfriend's really good with color, and she kind of got me inspired to start actually working with it more. And that's kind of where I think I found my niche. But she's very good with color. She paints a lot, which I never find the time to. I always paint with markers. But, when I start working on the set next week, on that horse that I keep talking about, then I'll work in some time for that. Shrink that up that bigger. There we go. It's I don't want the drawing to fall off screen. And then see some eyes here. Give He-Man some green eyes. Let's define these muscles a little bit with this red. That's why I love your work. You're very well-rounded with all techniques. Speed like you said comes with practice. Thanks for the chat, man. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my whole thing here is if there's, I know there's a lot of artists who like to watch these live drawings, so I'd like to give some tips, to kind of help, a little bit. Everybody's process is a little different. I know that too. I'm one of those persons who kind of learns by doing, Exactly, and sometimes I've had sometimes people say just something random that clicked in my brain to something unrelated and oh shit, that reminds me, blah, blah, blah. L Art says, I appreciate the tips, enjoy watching you work. Oh, thank you. And, one of the best things I ever heard, I appreciate your technique, Victor, looking good, is, I didn't get it right away. It took me a long time to get it, was the happy accidents thing. Because when you're working on something, you have an idea what it's supposed to look like in your head, and sometimes you'll screw up. But the only one who knows you screwed up is you, because you're the one who has the vision of what it's supposed to look like. So it forces you to improvise. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, it's ruined. I'm like, nope, no, it just means I got a roadblock here, you know? And sometimes we just make things difficult for ourselves, you know? So nowadays when I mess up, I just like kind of bite my lip and work with it. Oh, there we go. This looks good, Victor. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I think his face has character. I'm gonna bring in a darker gray for a darker gray in here too, so. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, he's got like a little kid thing going on with his facial expression that I like. Haunted Hat Box Man says, looking great. Oh, thank you. Dang, I wish I could draw like this, man. You know, you just gotta practice. Yeah, there's some people who are like, oh, only certain people can draw. Like, I think anybody can draw. It just takes practice, you know? Just getting your mind to work in a different way, you know? I think what dissuades people is they have an idea of what they think good drawing is, and you're like I don't draw the way I would like in the style I would like to draw, but you're still drawing just in your own style. Just notice the Castle Grayskull, awesome, man. Yep, I'll get to that once I finish this guy. Battle Cat. Oh yeah, that's the purple cat he rides. All right. Let's Let's finish this guy up here since we're on the background now. You're like, Victor, why is he flesh toned? I'm like, he's just a little different toned. Just give me a second. It's kind of like that fantasy art thing. And then we'll throw a little dash of green in here. Your creep show crossover stuff is really awesome. Love it. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, that return came out really awesome. A lot of people ended up really liking it. I realized that about why I like the composition being smaller trading cards. You imagine the CMA surrounding the character just out of frame. Yeah, it's all about doing the layout so that it makes sense in this little kind of square thing, or rectangle rather. So you kind of just have to hint at things, you know, rather than like outright drawing them. That's what a thing I do in a lot of my stuff is just kind of hint at backgrounds. So what I'm doing here is that purple's still wet. So if I overlay this light green over it, which is the opposite color, it kind of reacts with it and gives it kind of this painty effect. Anyway, that's it, guys. There we go. That is that. All right, what do you guys think? I think that's going to be the last card of the stream. You enjoy that? I think that came out pretty nifty. It's epic, says Haunted Hatbox Man. I enjoy that name, too. We're going to have to do a Haunted Hatbox Ghost at some point. Mr. Houdini says, love it. Cool, man. I'm glad you dig it. Yeah, I think that came out pretty awesome. Thanks, Victor. Trenton says, great work. Michael Lugo says, love it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys dug it. You show off the card at the beginning of the stream for today. The Venom Bomb. So those are today's two cards. Brandon says, great work. Thanks, man. Sorry we're talking your ear off. Nope. I actually like it when people talk my ear off. It makes the stream go by faster. And thanks for tuning in and for all the super chats and super stickers for today. A little later today, I'll post it in the groups. I'm going to do a video where I pull out all the super chats and we're going to do a random org thing. To do a random.org thing, and I'll pick a random number, and from that I'll toss it back to the document and pick a winner for the giveaway, and we'll do that tomorrow. And probably work on one of Trenton's sketches too, so that'll be fun. And like I said, guys, I'll count today's super chats as part of the giveaway, so that'll be fun. Thanks everybody for all the subscriptions. And like I said, I still have some regular cards available. So if you're looking to get a pre-order a commission card for GPK Series 2, hit me up. Keep in mind you won't be getting those till later in the year. Until the set actually comes out. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And next week we're gonna be working on the horror set. So maybe something I'll do is if the runner-up for the raffle, maybe I'll let you pick one of your favorite horror characters, and maybe they'll make it into the set. Gives you an extra bonus. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you all later. Keep an eye for that video, and I will talk to you all soon. See ya, stay safe, wear a mask, don't get sick. All right, till later, bye.